Sausage.
Hello everyone, this is Attack the Backlog, the podcast where I, Marc, tries to make a dent in their backlog one game at a time. This episode is all about Alien Rage, a first-person shooter where you fight against an endless supply of aliens while trying your best not to rage while doing it. Alien Rage originally came out on September 24th, 2013 for PC and a month later for PS3 and Xbox 360. I played the game on 360 and I'm making sure to mention this because I regularly experience frame rate drops, something I assume would be non-existent on a powerful enough PC, preferably one made by Alienware. Get it? Because it's Alien Rage, Alienware. Alien Rage is an apt name. Apt because I teetered on the edge of raging the entire time I played it. Alien Rage is a bad game. It is a cheap game, and I'm not talking about price, I'm talking about the way it tries to ratchet up the challenge with excrement of the bullish kind. I'm talking about bullshit, everyone. Bullshit! It is a game without any redeeming quality and a game no one should ever bother playing. I guess it's kind of okay looking for the time, so maybe that's its one redeeming quality, but even then, not that pretty, not pretty enough to justify playing it. Seriously, do not play Alien Rage. If I was okay putting on a 1-minute episode, or putting out one, I don't know why I said putting on, but I meant putting out. Either way, putting on, putting out, I'd leave it at that. But I'm not, so I won't. Does all this negativity mean I regret paying it? Maybe I do regret paying it, the money I paid to get it, or I don't even know, I might have gotten a code for this back in the day, but I do not regret playing it. No, I do not, because I try and save regrets for more important things. But I'm not lying when I say I didn't get anything out of the experience. The most positive thing I can say is, thank God I played this after I started streaming, because being able to chat with viewers while Alien Rage sucked the life out of me made the whole experience significantly better. I wasn't suffering alone. I had moral support. So when I struggled to beat a boss for over 40 minutes, I at least had good company with me to ease the pain. Shout out to my good friend Brukaru, who I've known for almost 15 years at this point. She is wonderful and really helped in letting me get through this. Yeah, she let me do it. No, she helped me in my overcoming the game. This is the way to play Alien Rage. Of course, not everyone is able to or wants to stream, but if you do, save Alien Rage for streaming while you play better games during your me time. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the game for a bit, but only a bit. While I don't want to put out a minute-long episode that's just me saying don't play this, I also don't want to waste too much of your time, which I've already done by going off tangent, so shut up me. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Alien Rage is a bro-y first-person shooter where you fight against aliens across 14 different levels that all look and feel the same, with a handful of bosses who range in cheapness from super cheap to mildly cheap. Want to hear a joke? When birds fly over my dad's house, they go cheap, 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 because my dad's so cheap. Get it? He's cheap. And they go cheap instead of chirp. You know, because birds usually, they go chirp, but these ones go cheap because they're over my dad's house. One of my dad's golfing buddies said this to him years ago, and I still think it's hilarious. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it is hilarious. I get it, Mark. It's very, very funny. But what the fuck does any of this have to do with Alien Rage? Absolutely nothing. But if I see an opportunity to avoid talking about the game, I'm going to take it. Even though like a minute ago I said I don't want to waste too much of your time, and I'm just continuing to do that. Who cares? We're talking about Alien Rage here. Have you even heard of this game before? No. I'm sorry for now putting it into your consciousness. But like I said, if I see a chance to avoid talking about the game, I'm going to take it every single time. Speaking of being single and always on time, this is a part of the script that I don't know where I was going with this. It was just a stupid joke tangent, but who cares? More wasting time. Alien Rage, a waste of time, feels like it was heavily inspired by Bulletstorm and other such arcadey shooters, from the way the guns kind of feel to the damage numbers and score regularly popping up on screen, and of course to the terrible dialogue that makes engaging with a story as enjoyable as engaging in sexual intercourse. If you're asexual like me, that is. Most people like sex. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about that. Forget you. Don't try to make me say I'm sorry for not enjoying sex. How horrible are you? The game is inspired by these games but fails to exceed any of them or even be on par with them. The game is as generic as they come with planned environments. I just thought I blew a chance for a good golfing joke there with the whole par thing. and I could have brought it back to my dad's cheapness and his golf buddies, and I ruined it. That's because the game is as generic as they come, with bland environments, boring enemy designs, and not a single cool gun to speak of. One of the game's biggest failures. It is forgettable in every way except in how annoying it can be, which is not something you want to be remembered for. Alien Rage is also not an easy game. Even on the easiest difficulty, it's still a pain in the ass to get through. It only takes a smidgen of damage to kill you, and it's easy to get overwhelmed as cover is hard to come by and enemies like rushing at you like overeager fans swarming a celebrity. One enemy in particular likes going invisible so they can sneak up on you and attack you with their paralyzing melee strike. Thankfully, a lot of encounters can be cheesy if you find the right hiding spot and just wait for enemies to rush you, taking each one out as they round the corner. If that doesn't sound like fun, that's because it isn't. And that's the thing about Alien Rage. It's not fun, nor is it rewarding. I felt no sense of accomplishment after defeating a boss that was giving me trouble or getting past a section that was taking me way too long to get through. Every hurdle overcome was only met with dread because I knew another hurdle wouldn't be far away. What makes matters worse is that the game runs like shit on 360. Thankfully, most of the worst frame rate drops come after combat is over, but they can occur during firefights and only exacerbate the problems that already exist. Again, this is probably not a problem on PC, but I didn't play it on PC, so it was a problem for me. In the end, Alien Rage was not at all what I expected. I thought it was going to be a dumb, fun, short little shooter, but instead it was a dumb, annoying, short, but long because of many deaths and restarts, little shooter that aggravated the heck out of me with its generic everything and inability to find even one way to stand out. If you've never heard of Alien Rage prior to this, there's a reason for that, and I suspect you won't remember Alien Rage soon after watching this either. In one of the most crowded genres in video games, it's important to stand out, or at the very least, feel good as a shooter, but Alien Rage doesn't do either. It sure as hell doesn't stand out and fails to hit the bare minimum of simply feeling good to play. Alien Rage is the video game equivalent of socks and sandals, a game you recoil at in disgust when it's in front of your face and immediately erase from your memory the second it escapes your peripheral vision. Anyway, that will do it for this here episode of Attack the Backlog. Once again, I am Marc. Y'all can find me on Twitter and pretty much everywhere at PXSausage. If you'd like to see me streaming games like Alien Rage, you can do so over at twitch.tv/PXSausage. If you'd like to check out the videos I make, like the one for this here episode of Attack the Backlog, you can do that over at youtube.com/Pixelated Sausage. Speaking of Pixelated Sausage, put a little dot, a little com after it. You got pixelatedsausage.com. You know what that is? Do you? Do you? That's my site. Pixelatedsausage.com, where you can find this podcast and the Pixelated Sausage podcast, both of which are available on podcast services across the globe. You can also check out the art I make, and if you see something you like, you can purchase a print of the piece you fancy. And if you fancy the site in general and anything that we do, please go over to patreon.com/PXS and support us that way. As always, thank you for watching or listening. I hope you enjoy this here episode, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.